everyone, welcome to my 22-week update. I know I just did my 21-week update, but now I am playing catch up because today I'm 23 weeks, but I'm going to go ahead and give you my entire 22-week update. And yeah, let's get started. So for symptoms for week 22, I feel like I was getting more headaches again. I think that has a lot to do with the way that I sleep. Just Josh was rubbing my shoulders the other night, like my shoulders and my neck, and it was so tight. It hurt so bad. So I think that a lot of my headaches are coming from that. I did get a migraine as well, and I thought I was starting to get a migraine this morning too, but it kind of subsided. And so headaches and then backaches. I know I've complained about backaches before, but because of the way that I stand, because I have so much belly weight, my back's kind of arched all day, and I'm on my feet all day long. Even when I'm not working, I am on my feet all day long. I'm constantly doing stuff. And so like last night I laid down to go to sleep and I was almost in tears because my back just hurt so bad when I finally let myself just kind of relax. And again, I've been using that Deep Blue from doTERRA to help with that, and it works amazing. Like, I can't even describe to you how well it works. It is definitely a second and third trimester must have. And I already talked to you guys about my digestion and how that's going. I use my Digest Zen and that works amazing as well. I feel like it's getting harder to breathe, especially when I'm laying down. Like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night just to flop from one side to the other, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's just so much pain, or not pain, but just pressure up here. I don't know if like when I lay down, she kind of goes up and she's just putting a lot of pressure up here, but it is getting harder to breathe. I am losing room, and if I am too full, it's even harder to breathe. I was telling Josh last night how it's crazy that I'm still in my second trimester because I feel like I'm already in my third because all the stuff that I'm experiencing was when I was well into my third trimester with both my other kids. And because James was my first, I don't think I experienced this much with him. Even towards the end, I don't think that it was even like super hard to breathe, or I don't think I had intense backaches. I was really small with him. I think I was only 125 pounds when I gave birth to him, and he was 5 weeks early, but still, like, you don't typically gain that much weight with your first one anyway. So yeah, so so anyways, it's crazy that I still have as much time as I have left. And I am praying to God that I do not go to 40 weeks with this child. Like, I want to be full term. I want the baby to be full term, so there's no NICU time or dangers or anything like that. But I am really hoping and praying that like I have her at 37 or 38 weeks, because it's just been so hard on my body this time around, and I feel like I'm just progressing so fast. Like, if I didn't know any better, if I didn't like have these ultrasounds confirming her size and all that, I would think that I was farther along, honestly. It's crazy. But anyways, sometimes she gets into this position where she's hitting a nerve, like on my right side, and I have such bad like restless leg syndrome, like just with my right leg, because it will start going numb in a way. and I can feel her just on this nerve, and then it puts a lot of pressure, like in my back and just like down my leg. It feels a lot like sciatica in a way. But I don't know if I can necessarily, I don't know too much about sciatica to really like say that she's on my sciatic nerve or putting pressure on it or something, but that's what it feels like. But yeah, my foot and my leg will just like kind of start going numb, and then I have like restless legs because I'm trying to just like keep it moving so that it doesn't go numb or stiff or anything like that. It's not very often that she does that, but it does happen, and it's very uncomfortable. And then I mentioned this when I was in my first trimester at the very beginning. And I don't know if it's pregnancy related, but teeth sensitivity. My teeth have been so sensitive just this past few days. And I know that like bleeding gums comes with pregnancy. I don't know if the teeth sensitivity is pregnancy related, but it was just something that I've been experiencing. So I just wanted to put that down in case some of you might be experiencing that as well. I did mention to you guys in my last video, I've been really, really bad about taking my prenatals. So I don't know if it's some sort of like vitamin deficiency or something. I know that sounds kind of silly, but I'm not a doctor. I was just, it was like just a thought that I had in mind. And now on to cravings. Now my cravings are going to be pretty much what I mentioned in my last video. I am craving more healthy things. Yesterday I was trying to not trying to eat bad, but anything bad that I would pick up, I would lose interest in like almost right away. Like when I was waiting at my in-laws house for James to get out of school, I made like this big glass of soda because I had been drinking water all day and I just needed something else. But I made this glass of soda and I couldn't even finish it because like I would go to take another drink and I'm just like, man, I really don't want this. And then like Josh kept trying to offer me candy and stuff last night, and I'm like, no, like it just does not, it's not necessarily that it doesn't sound good, but I just lose interest in it. And then the thought of like how unhealthy it is for me. And as I've mentioned before, I do have a bad heart in a way. I do have a heart condition, and I don't know, like this last week, a lot of things were just like kind of hitting me like, Chelsea, you need to start taking care of yourself so that nothing dangerous happens. Because I don't know what's going on with my cardiologist, but I have not seen her this entire pregnancy. I made an appointment, and this is partly my bad too. I did not write down the appointment date, but usually my doctor's office calls and confirms with you like a couple days ahead of time. So then that's kind of like a reminder to me like, oh, okay, I have this appointment coming up. But they never did that. And I know that the appointment date had already passed. And when I go in for my pacemaker checks, they will like schedule future appointments. And when I had my last pacemaker check, which I think was over the summer, they said that they didn't have my cardiologist's upcoming schedule or like upcoming calendar or whatever. So they couldn't make an appointment for me then, but as soon as they got her schedule, that they would call me, and I saw them leave the note in their computer and everything, and they never called me. And when I finally realized that they never got a hold of me, and that was the month of the schedule they were waiting for, I called them and I made an appointment, and they said, oh, she's all booked up. You can make an appointment with her practitioner. And I was like, well, I don't want an appointment with her practitioner. I want an appointment with her. And they said, well, she's scheduled out until like December or January or something like that. And so I was like, okay, well, I can't wait that long. I'm pregnant and I need my echocardiogram and everything to make sure everything is functioning well. And so I made an appointment with the practitioner, and then I never got the notification or the call or anything like that confirming the appointment. So I have no idea when it even was, but I know that it has already passed because I am pretty sure it was for September or October. And now we're in November, halfway almost to December. And so, yeah, I'm gonna have to try and get a hold of them. So anyways, in the meantime, what I was trying to get to before I went on a whole doctor's office rant was I need to set reminders to take my prenatals because I need those vitamins. And then also I'm trying to eat more heart healthy foods instead of the greasy potato chips, French fries, McDonald's cheeseburgers, candy, because that was the stuff that I've been eating. And so I'm like, okay, well, I think I just kind of have that in the back of my head. Like, I really need to take care of my heart right now. So I need to be careful about my weight gain, but still be gaining a healthy amount for the baby, but be careful about weight gain, sodium, which I've been so bad about this whole pregnancy, saturated fats, stuff like that. So, but it's good because I'm craving the healthy things. So it makes it a little bit easier. Like last night I made, pork chops, and I just cooked them on the stove. Excuse me. And, I made butternut squash and roasted some Brussels sprouts, and it all turned out so good. And it felt good to eat healthy too. So, and tonight Josh requested fajitas, but I don't think fajitas are that bad for you. Probably just more so high in sodium. But yeah. So anyways, leaning more towards the veggies and the fruits. Bought all kinds of berries. The kids are loving it. And I want my family to be eating healthier too, because I realized when I started eating bad, my family started eating bad. And my kids, I'm trying to cut out a lot of the sugar intake with them and just help them out as well as myself and my husband. So yeah, that's it for cravings. And baby size, and I know I haven't had like something to show you guys in a while. I actually do have this vegetable, but I did not grab it, and I don't want to get up just to go get that. So anyways, for week 22 in my What to Expect app, it said that the baby was about the size of a red bell pepper, which is about 11 inches and 1 pound. And then in the Baby Center app, they compared it to a spaghetti squash. So if that gives you a general idea about baby's length, she's getting big and I can feel it. And she's kind of carrying a little bit farther back and lower down, and it can get quite uncomfortable. And then there's not much new except I went to the doctor last week and everything was good, and we are going to, at my next appointment, I believe, schedule for the glucose test. I think, if I remember correctly, the glucose test, along with that, you do blood work as well. And that's when they test you, like your iron and for any vitamin deficiencies. Just test your blood for everything. And then, get to drink that nasty little drink. It looks like it would be good, but it's like a non-carbonated soda. And then you only have a certain amount of time to drink it. And I am not like fast at drinking drinks at all. I am like one of those people that will baby a drink all day long. And that is why I've been having such a hard time drinking enough water, because even though I may be drinking water all day long, it's not enough because I just don't drink it very fast. And so I'm really not looking forward to that, but it's just part of pregnancy. You got to do it. And yeah, so I believe that is it. And just feeling tons of baby movement, and I can feel her flopping around. And she's in a different position. Sometimes her legs will be over here. Most of the time they're over here. And she bounces around quite a bit. But that's good, because then it just like lets me know that she's okay and she's active. And it's like the cutest thing ever. And I really hope that this still kind of sticks when she comes out, is she'll be like super active. And then as soon as like I tell Josh, here, feel right here, he puts his hand on my stomach. And I don't know if it's just that his hand is so big, it just like covers my stomach and it's like warmth and it's comforting or something. But she immediately calms down. She won't even hardly kick for him. Every now and then he'll get to feel like a couple movements, but she completely calms down. And I'm like, oh man, that would be so nice. Like if when she's out and she's like upset, if just like his warm touch, because his arms are a lot bigger and that he might just be a little bit more cozier, that she just calms down. That would be so nice. And I just think it's kind of cute. Whether that's what's going on or not, I don't know. I just like to think that way, because she'll stop moving. As soon as he puts his hand on my stomach, she'll stop moving. And then last night I hadn't really felt her move in a while, but also I was up doing stuff all day long. And when I'm up doing stuff all day long, I don't typically feel her movements that much. But when I finally sat down last night, I was trying to get her to move, and she wasn't. I was like jiggling my belly a little bit and poking at it, and she wasn't really doing much. I would feel like a small movement here and there, but then Josh started like talking to my stomach, and she started getting super active. So I think she's going to be a daddy's girl, but we'll see. My other kids just are the same way. They love their dad. Their dad is their everything. And they will choose him over me as often as they can. But that may have a lot to do with, you know, how much he works and he's not home as much, and they see me more than they see him. So when he's around, they want dad. And when he's not around, they're asking for dad. But it doesn't really bother me that much. I know my kids love me either way. And Josh says when I'm not here that they're always asking about me or saying that they miss me. So it doesn't bother me. I actually just think it's really cute. And yeah, so anyways, guys, I'm just talking and talking. This is what happens when you don't have adults to talk to all day long. You just talk to yourself in a camera. Anyways, guys, have a nice day. And as always, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and if you've got any questions or positive comments, please comment down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.